reason. I should have had it running maybe the whole time. So there was a vehicle next to me, one ahead of me on the turn. There's two areas to turn. I was there first, they went first, and the next person, they start to go first, and they see me. And they stop to let me go, but then they're blocking my line of sight. So I come out. I shouldn't have done that. I do want to make a strict warning against I think I and the rest of us, I think we have to keep in mind that just because someone remembers their manners, if they, if their first intentions when they're driving, even if they're not remembering their manners, and even if you're in the, like, because I was kind of in the way of him turning, I think that's why he stopped. Well, it's too bad, because I was there for, I pulled out a little bit, because I'm like, I'm tired of these guys, I don't want another guy passing me. Well, he's just going to have to figure out how to go around me, because he was lining my block of sight at that point, and he should have done that. I should have stayed there, or I should have stayed there or backed up. And this is, but I'm just, basically what I'm saying is, it's a little frustrating sometimes when somebody isn't paying attention on the road, and or they're not thinking of their manners, and they remember their manners, and or pay attention, and then I almost got hit by another car. So I really want to point out that that's just incredibly problematic in some of these intersections. It's just not good to do. And maybe I shouldn't say don't do that, because I maybe find myself as a hypocrite. And maybe I shouldn't say don't. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I shouldn't say that we should be more mindful on the roads, or whatever the case may be. But I will say that there is an incredible danger. Perhaps what I should say, there is just such an incredible danger when one is making a turn and they're not turning both. I'm not saying I've never done it, but it's just so incredibly dangerous. I had 2 incidents today where it's like what on earth is going on here? Guess I can't see my transactions here. I was trying to see my transactions because I don't want to overdraft. Oh, fudging, eh? Well, at least I'm above. Anyway, but yeah, it's just. Oh, what's up, Alfonso? What's going on? It's just so dangerous. Like right now, I'm turning both sides. I'm looking where I'm going. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm never, like, yeah, I really shouldn't say don't do these things. Like, I don't want to find myself a hypocrite in some situation, but like, I think it is good to bring awareness. Like the person, yeah, like 2 people making the right-hand turn, and there's 2 lanes you can turn right on. 2 people getting ahead of me when I was there first. And then the second person, they like, oh, because I pulled out a little bit after this, when I realized the second person was going to turn out too, and I just pulled out a little bit. He could have gone around me, but it might have been a little bit more dangerous, so he stops. And maybe he was remembering his manners. Maybe it wasn't dangerous. Maybe he could have got past me. I don't know. And I should have just backed up and waited for him to go, because he was blocking my line of sight, and I almost got hit by another car. And it's just so blooming dangerous to do stuff like that. It's like, first of all, none of us should be in such a hurry that we can't let the person who was there first go first. Now, typically, if it's not like a blocking the line of view kind of situation like that, typically, yeah. Typically, if someone is being nice on the road, especially if they remember their manners or whatever, or they start paying attention they weren't before, and for even if they were first, they let you go, whatever the case, normally you can just like let it be what it is, and take that opportunity. I think most of the time, I think that's perfectly fine. And I think if both of you guys hesitate, nobody's going to get any further anyway. So it's like if they're being nice, letting you go, you like, why not? But in that situation, first of all, I had been there first, and second of all, yeah, like, so it wasn't like a being nice thing, and it might have been somewhat being nice if he was remembering himself. But at the end of the day, it's just so dangerous on those rough turns where you're blocking the line of sight, and you're like making a turn. You're like, oh wait, there's another guy turning. I'm gonna stop mid-turn when I already made the decision to turn, and I'm gonna block his line of sight and wait till he goes. And if he goes, he could get hit by another car because of. If the car had just been a little bit closer, I would have got hit. Now, sure, it would have been like from the side. They would have probably been found at fault, unfortunately. Well, maybe not unfortunately, but whatever the case may have been, because they would have been hitting me closer to the back. That doesn't necessarily justify these situations where it's like, it's like whoever was found at fault. That's kind of out of the line of importance here. Because at the end of the day, like as a logical thinking person, not like as an insurance company, as a logical thinking person, the person who would have been found at fault, I think, at least partially in my mind as a reasoning person, not as a lawyer, or anything like that, would have been, I would place the person blocking the line of sight as partially responsible, heavily responsible even. It's just an issue, and like, yeah, these. Earlier today, too. Oh, what's up? I was just waiting for my deposit. Let me look back. Deposit to hit. It's taking forever. Deposit. What kind of deposit you making? It does. Sometimes it does take a while, depending on what kind of deposit we're talking. You might be talking about a transfer. Transfers can take a little while. If we're just talking about, like, if you just put cash in the ATM or a check in the ATM, if you have that kind of bank or credit union, that's usually, like, it might not be finalized forever, but if you have the right kind of account, and or you've been with the business for long enough, it's like basically instantaneous. Like with cash, I think it is instantaneous, and with like checks, like I know at PNC they would give me a portion of it, like basically immediately to spend. I think the whole amount might have been like the transaction wasn't finalized, but I think I could spend it like immediately if I remember correctly. But there was another incident earlier today, and I got some of it on Facebook, which Facebook deletes the video, so like whatever. Maybe I should do more with YouTube, but like there was a guy with a truck. And I was going the back roads, to be fair, but like I'm like ready to turn. I'm at the intersection right behind him. There's like no vehicles on the road. It's like, oh, there's one car. Bump, bump, bump. A little while later, there's another car. Oh, a little while later, there's another vehicle. It's that kind of thing. There's like practically nobody. Like easy peasy turn. And I felt my brake pads too. I think I need to change my brake pads, at least one of them. I can do that by hand. It's gonna hurt my back a little bit, but I can do it. But the thing is I gotta do my oil change too. Fudge. I gotta remember to do that. But no, like I'm waiting behind these people. I don't know if I think the guys in the car might have been talking. I think they might have just like chilling. But I'm like, okay, this is not preferable, but I kind of have to go around you, don't I? Because like you're literally just sitting there, and like they're just sitting there, no turn, no action. I'm like, well, what on earth are you guys waiting? Like, why are you parked in the middle of the road? Like, you're not moving, and you clearly don't seem to have any intention of moving, and they eventually did. So maybe they did have intention of moving eventually. But so I'm like, okay. And then of course right then somebody turned in the other lane, so I'm like, fudge, and like my line of vision is very limited, so like, oh, this is very dangerous. But I turn on my my hazards, and I start to go around them. Well, that's when they decide to move. And it's like, dude, like why did you wait until then? Like, were you guys like paying so little attention you didn't know someone was behind you? Number one. Number two, you either didn't realize or didn't care that there was like easy opportunity to turn. It's like, if I'm going to park, I would much rather just go on the side lane. Like there's like an easy peasy, maybe put your hazards on, maybe not. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, you can park there. It's sometimes better to have the hazards on, but I get why you might not want them on. But like, yeah, it's like it's easy peasy. There's a little side lane. You park on the side lane, and that's it. If you just want to chill. But like, I don't think most people would think that the most appropriate place to just chill in your car, with it running, mind you, you're just eating up gas, would be at a turn. What state am I in? Guess and I'll tell you. I'm on the East Coast. It's like, why wouldn't you turn? Maybe it doesn't. And I get, like, maybe you were in a deep conversation or whatever, and, you know, it looked like they were, like, landscapers is what it looked like, or maybe trash pickup or something. They had a bunch of, like, stuff in the back. It might have been all trash. It might have been something like maybe like landscaping, trash, or a combination of that. Like maybe like field workers kind of thing. I've done that a little bit with my uncle's business, like field workers, right? And that's what it looked like they were. And that kind of work. It's like, I know my uncle, and I know he'll talk in the car, and I know he'll kind of like act, I think, the way they did, but I don't know that he would go that extreme. Like, sure, he might sit in his car with the gas on, park somewhere, and just talk for like 30 minutes with somebody. Sure, he might do that. I could be wrong with this, but I don't know if there's ever an instance I remember him doing that in the middle of the road, you know, where there's only one lane on top of that. Like, I don't remember him ever doing that. And it's like, why? Like, why? Come on, guys. I'm not trying to be too harsh, but like, dude, like, what? And like, there's no cars either, easy turn, and then like, I am in danger because if I go around you, people turn in that lane and there's limited vision, so I don't know exactly. I don't know until like, it could be too late when they're turning, because it depends on how fast they're turning. If they're turning like a normal, like at the speed limit, I might be okay. If they're going below the speed limit, I'm probably okay. If they're going slightly, like a little, even like slightly above the speed limit, the danger just rises drastically at that point. And it's like, why? It's like, what on earth, man? Like, why? Like, why of all places? I know it's a back road, not many people come there, dude. But like, and like, I like to go like extra slow on those roads too. But if there's someone behind me on those back roads, then I'll go the speed limit. I might not go above the speed limit, or I might only go slightly above the speed limit. But like, and they might get aggravated by that because they want to go faster, but just the back roads, dude. Like, if you want to go fast, like, there's a highway right nearby. Like, you don't have to, like, it's not the end. Like, why are you taking the back roads if you want to go fast? Like, that doesn't add up to me. Like, unless you live there, but if you live there, then you're like probably almost home, because there's not that many communities there. You're like, you're already only like 5 to like 10 minutes away from your house. Like, you really don't need to go that. There's not a whole lot of lights. One of the things I'll also note with traveling by vehicle, the biggest thing that seems to influence your time to your destination doesn't seem to be your speed. Now, sure, your speed will influence, you know, you might be able to shave off a few minutes if you go really fast on the highway and stuff, and maybe even some of these other roads. But at the end of the day, like, you have to go really fast. It seems to shave off much time at all. You might be talking like 1, 2, 3 minutes. But also, like, the biggest thing that I've noticed when I was younger and, you know, was a little bit less responsible, what's the biggest factor? It seems obvious to me now. Red lights will change. Like, if you have all green lights, dude, you could shave off like 20 minutes. Going faster, you might shave off 1 to 3 minutes, maybe 5 if you go really fast. But like, the red lights, those seem to be the biggest influence on how fast you get somewhere. Not how fast you're going. Like, it's more of a mental state. People think they get there faster by driving faster. They might get there a little bit faster, right? You know, but you know, especially if it's a place that's nearby, you're not really shaving off that much time, if at all. You're going to get there about the same time you would have otherwise. If you're like 10 minutes away, you know, you're not going to shave off that much time, realistically. You're just not, you know, because you still got to do the turns. You still got to stop at the stop signs, right? And unless you're just blowing the stop signs and like your car is very good at turning and you don't have to slow down for the turns at all, like much at all, like, unless there's that, and by that point, you're driving so dangerously that you're a danger to the other people and houses around you. There was a vehicle around here that ran through a business. I mean, like, that is a legitimate danger. That's one of the reasons I don't want to, when I'm thinking about buying a house and another house in the near future, I don't want to buy one near the road, especially not like here on the highway. Like, fudge that, dude. Because of like stuff like that. And yeah, it's like when you're not going to shave off that much time going a little bit faster, or even like a lot faster. It's not going to be much time. It might be a little bit, but like if you're talking seconds to minutes, it's the biggest factor. The biggest variable for me, in my experience, has been red lights and green lights. That makes the biggest difference. But that's a little bit of a pet peeve on those back roads. It's like, why are you trying to drive fast on the back road anyway? But yeah, it's like, obviously I'll speed up if there's someone behind me in the back road, and I'll go the speed limit, maybe a little bit above it. But where was I going with that? Like, obviously I'll do that, but where was I going with that? What was that? Oh yeah, but like, and obviously, like, once in a while, if there's no traffic and it's like a safe area, you might stop for a second to look around on the back roads, the trees and stuff. But, especially during like certain times of the day, certain days of the week, especially if you see someone come, you should be paying attention if there's anybody, or having some air of attention to, like, maybe someone will come behind me, because there's only one lane. It's a back road, like, and maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe I should say we should, because I'm not going to say I've never made that mistake before, but like, or maybe I should say it's just safer. Maybe I shouldn't say what you should and shouldn't do. I don't want to be labeled a hypocrite at any point, but like, it's just safer to pay attention to the possibility that someone will be behind you on a one-lane road during the daytime. And yeah, like, parking in the middle of the road is just not safe. It's like, dude, and it's like, I'm not going to say I've never done it. I'm not going to say I've never made some of these road mistakes, or that I never will in the future. It's just, I think I want to bring awareness to it. I don't want to, if I do make that mistake, I don't want to make that mistake. At least a part of me doesn't. And at the end of the day, it really isn't safe. It really isn't safe. Like, the guy had like plenty of time to, like, oh, there's someone behind me, and like kind of come back to his senses. And I think he was with somebody in the vehicle too on top of it. So it's like, y'all don't notice the vehicle behind you, and then like I'm just waiting there, and I'm like, fudge, well, I gotta go around you. And then the car comes in, so there's a danger of me getting hit. Like, I'm starting to turn, and like I see the car coming in, I'm like, oh no, you go. I have my hazards on. And then they finally go, possibly because they realize they could be starting an accident. I was also live streaming, so it's like, they could have ended up coming to court if it ever came to that, because like, they would have been part of that situation. It's like, yeah, you might have had to take some accountability for not paying attention and potentially causing an accident. They wouldn't probably have to take full responsibility for the accident, but like, if something had happened, they would definitely be a primary importance in that situation, because at the end of the day, it's like, if you're illegally parked or doing something illegally in the road that is causing someone else to have an accident, there's a good chance you're going to have to take accountability. And there's a good chance that your insurance will have to pay part of that. Maybe not the whole thing, but there's a good chance that your insurance will end up being contacted at some point, if it ends up, obviously, as it usually does, going to the insurance companies and possibly even going to court. It's not safe. It's just not safe to just park in the middle of the road in an area right next to a turn where there's limited visibility if you're turning left, and if you're in the wrong lane, to get around. It's just so blooming dangerous. Like, and there are other parts of that road where you could do that, where it wouldn't be as dangerous. There's visibility. You can put your hazards on. You can go around them. But there's also another danger. You don't know if how much attention they're paying, because they don't seem to be paying enough attention. So if you try to go around them, they might like, oh, I'm going now, not have realized anybody was even behind them, let alone in front of them, and then vroom, and then hit you in the back. It's like, or the side. It's so dangerous. And like, even when you're on those back roads, like, they're like, sometimes you want to have heightened attention on the back roads. You got deer, you got possums and raccoons. You got depending on where you live in the U.S., you might even have panthers and things. There are a lot of things on the road that could cause trouble, especially the deer. That they're like one of the biggest ones. Do damage to your car. causing roadblocks and stuff. Alligators in some parts of the U.S., like and crocodiles, stuff like that. I mean, it's so dangerous to just not being paying attention. Like even if you're on the back roads, like what if you come up and someone is like a lot of people drive severely under the speed limit to enjoy these roads, and of course if they see someone behind them they might speed up, but like a lot of people do drive much slower in these back roads too. So if you're like not paying attention and just speeding through, it's a good chance you're going to hit somebody. And if you hit them from behind, you're at fault. Doesn't matter if they're going on the speed limit. That might help your case somewhat, but at the end of the day, you're still going to lose that case because you hit them from behind. That's just what it is. That's just how it goes. I've been in enough accidents to know if the person who hits the person from the back, unless there's video footage, they are going to be the ones at fault. Period. If it's a side hit, it's more up in the air. But if it's from behind, the person who hits the person from behind, they are going to be seen at fault unless there's video footage to suggest that there's more nuance to the situation. There's no video footage, and you hit somebody from behind, your insurance is the one's paying for it. It's just that simple. And if it goes to court, you might be even in more trouble, right? Especially if the person has serious injuries. Especially if they came in with previous injuries and they get more injuries from it, there's a good chance you're going to court. That it's going to be taken to court, and there's a good chance that you're not going to be happy with your insurance or the outcome. And like a lot of this stuff, like I have to reword it in such a way because I don't want to be seen as a hypocrite. I'm not going to say that I've never let my guard down. I'm not going to say that I've never done something silly on the roads that I shouldn't have. But it also serves as a reminder to me to drive safer, because it's like, yeah, you should not be speed or I shouldn't say should, but like it's not safe to speed through back roads. It's not safe to really speed generally, but it's also not safe to not pay attention on these back roads. Just go, oh, there's less traffic. There's still traffic, though. You're part of the traffic. Obviously, if you're there's going to be traffic at some point, right? Because you're using those roads. Other people are going to be using the roads, too. Might be less traffic. You might not see another car most days you go through that road, but the fact that the road's there and the fact that you use it indicates that other people will probably use it as well, especially if you're in a highly populated area. Might not be much traffic, but it's traffic, meaning that if we let our guards down when we're on these back roads, that's just basically, it's just kind of this growing pot for the potentiality of an accident to occur, because it's still a road. Even if it's a dirt road, it's still a road. People are probably using it, right? So yeah, that guy that just stopped in the mid-turn in the middle of the road, blocked my line of vision. I almost got into an accident because I couldn't see going past him, and he wouldn't go. I should have just waited and backed up in that situation. That's what I should have done. And the other guy was just parked in the middle of the road on the back road and putting me in danger, because if I go around him, I got to go on the other lane, and I have limited vision there too. It's like these areas of limited vision, like let's not, like, I think it's so unsafe for people to just mess around, because it just, the possibility of an accident occurring. And like the one case, I should have just backed up and let him go. It's like, even if he honked at me, it's like, no, you go. I got to get in that lane. Yeah, I was there first. I should have been turning first, but you made the decision to turn. You go. You made the decision. It's too late now. You're in the road. Finish the turn. And the other guy, yeah, he just shouldn't have been parked in the middle of the road. That made no sense. That made no sense. What's up, Hugo? What am I talking about? You must be young. If you don't know. If you don't have driving experience, you must be young. Anyway, guys, I'll let you guys go.